Match day 1 and match day 2 are over. It is now time to find out what's going to happen in match day 3. And more importantly, find out whether or not Scotland can advance to the knockout stage for the first time in their history, an international tournament. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We're going to do it right here, right now. We're going to go through the groups. We're going to go through the results. We're going to look at what Scotland require if we win against Hungary. We're going to look at what we require if we draw against Hungary, and obviously if we lose to Hungary, it is all over, because Hungary will leapfrog us into third place and you cannot qualify from fourth. So with that said, we're just going to get straight into it. We're going to decide, like I said, based on the results, the two possible results that can still get us through, because as of right now, we could go through with 2 points. It's very unlikely, but it could still happen. So yeah, let's get into it. Right now, you can see that we are last. Unfortunately, that goal against Germany, I say that goal, I wish it was only a goal. Those 5 goals against Germany have kind of screwed us. Right now, we're sitting on -4 goal difference, which is not good, and it's a lot worse than all the other third place teams. Look at that, right? I mean, right now, the third place teams have either got +1, they've got a neutral goal difference, or a -1. So there hasn't been much in it. But like I said, with us getting pumped, with us getting the worst opening game result ever, it's put us in a really, really bad spot. So we're going to look at Group B, C, D, and F. And we're going to see what a win would do and what a draw would do, and if we can finish above the third place teams in those groups. And to do that, I've got some sticky notes here. So yeah, we've got sticky notes, we've got green sticky notes, we've got yellow sticky notes. So we're going to go through, we're going to see what we need results in Group B and see what results we need in the other groups with a draw, with a win. Green is for the win, yellow is for the draw. So with that said, let's look at this here. So we're in Group A. We're not going to look at Group A, we are Group A, so that's irrelevant, right? Let's get into Group B. Final games here are Spain versus Albania and Croatia versus Italy. Now, as you can see right now, Italy are on 3 points, Albania on 1, Croatia on 1. Spain cannot be caught. They will top the group. Nothing can stop them from topping the group. So, let's decide. If we beat Hungary, that would put us on to 4 points. Now, in terms of third place, Italy, with a win against Croatia, they will go on to 6, so we don't need to worry about that. Albania and Croatia can both get to 4 points. As of right now, they have better goal difference than us. So, yeah, we could be looking at a situation where Albania and Croatia both finish on 4 and they both finish ahead of us, but it would require upsets. Nobody expects Albania to beat Spain, and I'd say Italy are still considered favourites against Croatia. So, with that, let's get into it. So let's make sure we take a note of this. If we win against Hungary, then we qualify as long as Croatia don't beat Spain. So we need a Croatia win versus Italy, and an Albania win versus Spain. So that is it right now, as things currently stand. If we win against Hungary and these things don't happen, then we finish above the third place team in Group B. So that's simple. With a win, as long as none of these things happen, then we finish above them. As for the draw, if we draw, then this is what we need to happen. If we draw against Hungary, then we need Albania to lose versus Spain, and we need Croatia to lose versus Italy. If Croatia and Albania both draw, then they would finish ahead of us because of goal difference. So for Group B, if we win, as long as Croatia or Albania don't win, then we're ahead of the third place team in Group B. If we draw, then as long as Albania lose and Croatia lose, we are through. So that can easily happen. I don't see Albania or Croatia winning. I see Albania and Croatia both losing. So I think there's a very good chance that we will finish above both of them in Group B. So just to make it clear, The green here is if we win, and as long as Croatia and Albania don't win, we will finish above them. The yellow is for a draw, and this is what we would need to happen to finish above both of these teams in that third place playoff. So if we draw and Albania and Croatia both lose, we would finish ahead of whoever finishes in third out of those two teams. We would be ahead of them. So there's a good chance that I think we can finish ahead of the team in Group B. Hope that makes sense, guys. Right, let's go into Group C. And yeah, you can see the group here. So as of right now, England are on 4 points. They're going to finish above us due to the goal difference anyways. That's irrelevant, and they will likely top the group. Denmark and Slovenia are both on 2 points. It's really unlikely that we finish ahead of anybody in this group if we draw. It would take either Denmark or Slovenia to get annihilated. Now, I mean, it could happen. We're on -4. If we drew against Hungary and England beat Slovenia 5-0, that would put us above Slovenia. But England ain't beating anybody, so I don't see that happening. So if we win, what do we need here? What would screw us here if we win? If we win, what would screw us would be Slovenia. A Slovenia win versus England. I mean, straight away, that would screw us because that would put Slovenia on 5 points. And also either Denmark or Serbia because of the better goal difference. So Denmark or Serbia to draw. So what we would really need in that is, yeah, we need a win. Sorry, we need a draw in that game then. So Slovenia, Serbia, we would need them to draw. If they both draw, even then Slovenia would go, yeah, so if they both win, then they're going to be above us, even if we win, because of their better goal difference. So, yeah, as long as we beat Hungary, if these results don't happen, then we will finish ahead of the third place team in this group. Possible. I mean, it could happen. There's no guarantee that Denmark or Serbia can't draw with each other, and that a win would put us ahead of them. All right then, so in terms of this group though, if we draw, then what do we need in this group? We need a minor miracle. If we draw, we would need England to essentially beat Slovenia by 5 goals. That ain't going to happen. So as far as I'm concerned, we're not going to fill this in. If we draw, then we can't finish ahead of anybody in Group C. I think that's fair, because England ain't going to win 5-0. Right, guys, let's move in to Group D then. So, this is a group with France and Holland. Both of them are pretty much secured, I would say, in the next round. Austria are on 3 points. So, again, for Group D, if we draw, then we can't finish third in this group. So, there's no point looking at it. If we win, that would take us on to 4 points, and we would likely finish above these teams as long as Austria don't draw. So as long as Austria don't draw, because, yeah, we would need... If Austria do end up beating Holland, then Holland are going to drop into third place, so that would screw us. Yeah, we would need... so as long as Austria don't win, so we'll put Austria, an Austria win versus who they taking on Holland. Right, okay, so if we beat Hungary, we qualify ahead of the team in Group D as long as Austria do not win against Holland. So that's doable. I can see that happening. Hopefully you guys are still making sense of all this. We now go into Group E. You've got Romania in there, Belgium in there, Slovakia in there. You've got Ukraine in there as well. This is a tough group. All teams on 3 points. This is a tricky one. This could go any way. I mean, let's face it, it's going to be very, very tight going into the last game. Ukraine gave themselves a chance by coming back against Slovakia. In terms of a draw, again, we're going to leave it blank because there's nothing that we can do here with a draw. If we draw, we can't finish above any of these teams because a draw only puts us onto 2 points. All these teams are currently on 3 points. So, with that said, if we win, what screws us here in this group? Well, pretty much a draw. A draw definitely screws us. So, any draw in this group stops us from getting third place because it would put all these teams on 4 points. What we need is, we need either two teams to win. So that's it. If there's any draw in this game, a win for us doesn't put them ahead of them. But if somebody wins both games, then we finish above the third place team. So simple as that, really. As long as there is no draw between Slovakia and Romania and Ukraine and Belgium, we will finish above the third place team. So that seems doable. And then we move into Group F, which is Portugal, Turkey, Czech Republic, and Georgia. Now, this one, again, is looking pretty decent for us. Right now, you've got Czech Republic and Georgia in last place. Now, if we win, let's just look, Turkey are taking on Czech Republic. If we win, we're through. So, we leave this blank. If we win, there is no result from this group that can screw us over. So, if we win, we are guaranteed to finish above the third place team in this group, which is great news, fantastic news. If we draw, then it's a bit more tricky. A draw puts us on 2 points. Obviously, we cannot finish above. Well, actually, I say that. Maybe that's not true, because look here. If Georgia beat Portugal, then that would screw us over. So, let's do it. So, the only thing that would screw us over would be a Georgia win versus Portugal. So, we need to put that in there. Georgia win versus Portugal. But you would also need... you need Georgia to beat Portugal, and you would also need... Well, that's it, really, actually. Yeah, so Georgia win versus Portugal. If Georgia beat Portugal, that would screw us regardless of the other result, because Czech Republic and Turkey have better goal difference than us. A Czech Republic win would put them ahead of us. A draw would put Turkey ahead of us. So that's the win sorted then in Group F. And like I said, as for the draw, how would we go ahead with a draw in this group? Well, we would need Portugal and Turkey to win. So Portugal, what we need is, we'll just go with Czech. We need Czech to lose, essentially, since they're the team that we're really battling. Czech to lose versus Jordan. Who are they playing? Turkey? Yeah, so Czech to lose versus Turkey. And then we also have Georgia lose versus Portugal. Now we're going to look at this and we're going to break it all down, guys, for you that are lost right now. So let's get into it and we'll quickly go through it just to summarise it all, just to clear it all up. So this is if we win. The green is if we win. If we win, the only thing that stops us from going through is Croatia beating Italy and Albania beating Spain. Both of those things would need to happen. If one of them happens, then we're safe. Both of them would need to happen. With Group C, if we win, the only way we wouldn't go through would be if Slovenia beat England and if Denmark or Serbia win. That would unfortunately, but both of them need to happen. But so that it was not either or. Both of those results in Group B would need to take place. In Group D, an Austria win against Holland would screw us. In Group E, any draw between the games would screw us. And in Group F, a win for Georgia against Portugal would screw us. So, just make that a little bit more clearer here. Both of these results need to happen in order to... So it's like both at the same time, not just one. In these top two groups, both of these results need to happen, which I think is very unlikely. So for me, that as long as we win, we're gonna finish in the top four. We are. If we win, we will finish guaranteed, in my opinion, as one of the third place best teams. Now in Group B, we can't finish in third place ahead of anybody in C with a draw. We can't do it in D with a draw, and we can't do it in E with a draw. So there is only two possible groups with a draw where we can finish above the teams in third place. And it requires, in Group B, it requires both Albania and Spain. Albania to lose to Spain and Croatia to lose to Italy. Both of those results need to happen. And in Group F, it requires Czech losing to Turkey and Georgia losing to Portugal, which I think could happen. So if Albania and Croatia both lose to Italy and Spain, and Czech Republic and Georgia both lose to Turkey and Portugal, we will actually go through as the 4th best placed third team with just 2 points, as long as these results happen in groups B and F. And looking at those results, I could see that taking place. So obviously we want a win. A win, in my eyes, it would take crazy results for a win not to get us through. But even a draw gives us a slight chance. Yes, we need 4 results to go in our favour, but when you look at the results, they're all possible. I mean, out of those results, the only one that probably you would be unsure about is, I would say, Czech losing to Turkey. I think that Croatia are past it. I expect them to lose to Italy. Spain will beat Albania. Portugal should beat Georgia. And then the only game that you'd really be worried there about is Czech Republic versus Turkey. But I think Turkey right now are a better team than Czech. So for me, a win pretty much guarantees us to go through. A draw still gives us an outside shot of going through. So I hope I broke that down relatively easy here. I just wanted to go through every single result so you guys know what we need to do in order to book our place. I mean, unfortunately, it's not in our own hands. Nothing we do on Sunday night will get us through. A win most likely puts us through, but we will not know until all the games have been played. But I do think we will be celebrating. I think we're going to do it. I think as long as we can avoid defeat to Hungary, could you imagine if we lost to Hungary and then all 4 results that we needed for a draw? Imagine if that actually took place. That would be sick. So we need to make sure we do the job. If we can't beat Hungary, we need to at least draw and give ourselves a fighting chance, depending on what the other teams do. So that's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Been Fog Football. Thanks for watching. I know it was probably take a bit of time there to get your head wrapped around. I did make it at 3 AM, but still, it's all there. It does make sense. It's legit. If it happens, we're going to be through. So yeah, let's make it happen. Till next time, peace.